because the soul is Krishna conscious, and the soul is the eternal servant of the Lord. However, we are living for the body throughout our life, taking care of it, taking care of all the comforts for the body, and protecting everybody around us because it's the extension of our body. So we are in a bodily consciousness, in a bodily platform. So this chapter is when the Lord reveals that we have to raise our consciousness above the material bodily consciousness, and he does that only after Arjuna surrenders to him, saying that in verse 2.7, Arjuna says, Karpanya dosho bahada swabhava rachami tvam dharma samuda cheta yashreyasya nishchitam bruhi tanme shishya sneham shati mam tvam prapannam. So Arjuna at this point has given all his reasons why he doesn't want to fight the war, and he doesn't know what is Shreyas, what is the long-term benefit of fighting. And he throws down his Gandiva, and he says that he doesn't want to fight because he's revealing his heart to the Lord and not holding anything back. He's totally an open book in front of his Acharya. He was treating Krishna as just an equal until then, but he at this point is taking full shelter of the Lord because he doesn't know what is the right choice to make. We are all living this life, and we have to make choices every moment, and we have to decide which way to go. So this is not just Arjuna's problem. This is all our problems because we have to fight our own war that's going on, our own war with Maya. And we are always thinking wrong. And the only way that we can make the right choice is by bringing Krishna into our life and doing what pleases the Lord. And this we see with Arjuna, who is now taking full shelter of the Lord. Arjuna had given so many reasons that he feels so compassionate for all the personalities assembled, especially his guru Dronacharya and his beloved grand uncle Bhishma Dev. They were on the other side, and just seeing them, he did not want to fight the war because he really loved and respected them and did not want to fight or kill them along with the other soldiers. And everybody present there were bodily related to Arjuna. So he was thinking the best course of action is to be compassionate to all the souls. He also said that he if all the men in the army dies, then there would be no protector of the family, and there would be bad progeny, because without the family being together, the the women without protection will get polluted, and the kids coming into the world will be polluted, and hence the society will be degraded. And he then brought up the fact that he doesn't want to take all the sins of killing all the people in the war, because killing is very a bad crime, and there's a lot of karma involved in that, and all that will come to him. So he was afraid that this would happen. And then he says that he is fully confused, and he he cannot carry on anymore because he doesn't know which is the right path, and he's leaning towards not fighting and giving up his weapons. And then Krishna says, starts speaking to Arjuna that he shouldn't be lamenting over uh, over that should not be lamented over. And then he reveals that he's a spirit soul, and he clearly tries to give Arjuna the knowledge of the soul, which is called Sankhya philosophy, that we also hear in Srimad Bhagavatam, where um, uh, in so yeah, in Srimad Bhagavatam, we hear that Kapila Dev instructs the same instructions to Devahuti, and we see that Kapila Dev is also Krishna, who came as the son of Devahuti and Kashyapa Prajapati. And Kashyapa, once Kapila Dev was born, had left, and in, his mom Devahuti was in the protection of her son Kapila Dev, and Kashyapa knew exactly that the Supreme Lord was his son, and he knew that the best protection for a mother or anybody in this world is having the knowledge of the Supreme. And because because Devahuti had the greatest protection of the Supreme Lord, Kashyapa Muni then had left to perfect his life and go back to God. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Kardama Muni, right? Father?
Oh, sorry. Yes, Kardama Muni. Thank you for correcting, Prabhuji. Kardama Muni. Kashyapa is the father of the Daityas and Adityas, who are the Devas and Asuras. Thank you, Prabhuji. So, Kardama Rishi and Devahuti. Um, so, we see here that the greatest protection we can have is the knowledge that Krishna has revealed in Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. So, um, with the salve of knowledge that's being given, we can make the right choices, and hence this second chapter is very important in Bhagavad Gita, and this is the chapter that puts everything in perspective, because all of us are going through an identity crisis, not knowing who we are. We are working as if we are this body, or we are such and such a name, such and such a person, coming from such and such a country, having the skin color of a brown person. So all of that is affecting how we make a choice or respond to Maya or this material world. But we are always forgetting that we are the spirit soul, and all the soul needs is learning from the Lord, and worshiping the Lord and serving Him and pleasing His devotees. And once we understand that, then our life becomes perfect. So I'm very thankful to get the opportunity to summarize chapter 2. Now we can take reflections from all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanatnam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for summarizing the whole Gita, second chapter. The whole Gita summarization in second chapter, and you summarize the whole second chapter. Very bol. Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, so what my reflection? So as you mentioned, we are all in confusion, especially when we are doing something, some seva or whatever. We think we are the doers, and
Yes.
of course we have some confusion as well whether this is right or not. But as you mentioned, our goal should be to surrender onto Guru Sadhu Shastra and be humble, uh, so that Krishna can give us the right direction. If we think that we can do it, then Krishna is not able to help us. So only when we surrender, then Krishna can help us. Right, Prabhuji?
Yes. Thank you so much for that wonderful point that we are not the doer. We are not the only doer. There are three doers. So we only can make a choice. The rest is the three modes of material nature and Krishna sanctioning our choice so that it'll move forward. So we think we are the only doer because we are having this material consciousness, and whatever good comes, we take we take ownership of that action, and we think that we are great. However, it is just the three modes of material nature that is, and our karma that is giving the results. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisance. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so very much, Prabhu, for the overview, for the bhajan, first of all, and then the overview. And thank you, Prabhu, for sharing, Shubhal. So, Prabhu, one thing that I would like to share, which always hits my heart, but and always need that push to remember, as ISKCON Govindas Prabhu says, it should be hammered always. So to a time I'm hearing and learning Shravana. Shravana is the most important aspect. Shravana, yeah, sorry about that. Shravana is the most important, the first most important thing for a sadhaka. Attentive hearing, sincere, attentive, committed, humble, submissive hearing from a bona fide spiritual master coming in the in the Guru Parampara, who has the blessings from all the acharyas, right from Krishna and to Srila Prabhupada and the Vardhaman Gurus and the Siksha Gurus, whoever it may be, sincerely following in the footsteps of acharyas and then preaching the same. As Prabhupada says, we don't, the preachers doesn't have to say anything new, rather than just repeat what the acharyas are saying, what the Goswamis are saying. They just repeating with beautiful examples that layman like me can understand. Small examples, splitting it out and then explaining, putting it in connection to the current situations, worldly situations. Though they speak on a, though they give examples on a material platform, the thought or the mood or the intention is to connect to Krishna in a soul platform. So they view on a soul platform, but give the solution or explain in both the soul platform and the bodily, according to the listener on how he or she acquires it. But the point or the center point is Krishna in the center, coming from the acharyas. Nothing deviated. We can initially with the false ego, as you mentioned, with the modes of material nature acting upon us, they will be always there constantly, and because we are eternal, as you said, they'll be with us always, with anybody always. However, recognizing them at that moment and remembering on what we are listening in the class through, and remembering the mercy of the spiritual master who is praying for us unconditionally, selflessly. What would they do in this situation is the question that I need to ask every time, every minute, in every situations. Because whether it's good or bad, it'll come for everybody, for me also. How am I responding to that situation by remembering the spiritual master's word in that situation is the key. If I'm responding in a way that is shared in the class or personally checked pariprashneya, then I'll be protected in my consciousness, that I will not be carried away. I'll not get carried away. Otherwise, gone case. I've seen that in multiple scenarios, wherein slowly, the ego comes in, and then slowly, pride, slowly, frustration. The situation, the beautiful situation that Krishna is creating for me to improve my consciousness, to get closer to Him, spoiled with my false ego, pride, false ego. The beautiful situation to resolve a problem gets ends up leaving me in frustration, which is not what I'm hearing in the class. So always have to remember, and to what Prabhuji is saying in the class, that remembrance, me trying to remember what Guru is saying is also mercy. Is also mercy of the spiritual master, because he's praying for us. He's constantly thinking about us, praying for us, with the only motto of delivering the souls who are coming to the class daily. The only part that I'm trying to do is to come to the class, is to take that service of hearing, to please. Initially, it may not be pleasing. I'm completely engrossed in the material activities, and hearing is giving some solace or happiness to me. That's how I started joining, but slowly knowing the mercy on what Guru is trying to explain, coming in and trying to explain every single day, irrespective of how many services they have, how many problems they have, which they don't take it as problems anyway, but from outside, it's still a problem. They also have it, but they are trying to explain their living in the words of their gurus and giving the same message, remembering their guru. They're just, as Prabhupada says, just follow. What's wrong with the process? Nothing wrong. You just give it a try. If it works, works. It will definitely work. If it works, works. Otherwise, you don't lose anything. Get prasadam, that solace of hearing, everything. So I take this opportunity to show gratitude to Prabhuji as we hear here, and all the Siksha Gurus who helped me come to this stage at this moment. Very grateful to them to sharing Krishna Katha from what they are hearing from their spiritual masters, and shaping me to be more humble, so that I listen humble, being humble, and I still have to. I'm still working, and who am I to work with Krishna's mercy, Guru's blessings, mercy. I'm still trying to focus on pariprashnaya, reaching out, asking the questions on a soul level. Materially, we all have everything, but our goal is to, as you started the class, the goal is to know that we are soul. That way we get to know we have a connection with the super soul, a relationship with the super soul, and then we'll get to know that we are eternal. So at that, to still working on that platform, asking questions which are on soul level, and then comes the seva service. So requesting for service is the next step after getting my questions clarified slowly. So within this process, if I'm humble enough, then I've been learning that the the devotees, Krishna's sons and daughters around me, whether it's close to me, stay living with me, or devotees around, they will automatically realize there's something going on here. Why not we join? Why not we here? So I'm kind of Krishna is using me like an instrument, by improving my consciousness, helping me improve my consciousness, at the same time showing me as an example. Well, example is a bigger word, but showing the situations that I'm going through, as an example to others, who are trying to who observe me. So I'm not in that level, but people observe, right? Situations will come for who will reach me and so forth. So not in that level yet, but I'm kind of trying to observe those aspects, those situations also, on how Krishna is using me. Simple things. So I don't know, maybe that's what Krishna says, or Acharya says, that seeing Krishna everywhere in every situation. So yeah, Prabhu, I wanted to share these few aspects on the shloka that you recited, Karpanya Dosha 2.7. Only when we surrender, as Shubal Prabhu also said, only when we submissively surrender, ask questions and request for service, then the mercy will flow. As the teacher in the class would be more interested on the students who are submissively inclined to what they are teaching. So the student may have bit of a fear. How would teacher react to whether this is a valid question or not, or what am I hearing? But at least until unless the student reaches out, how would he know whether he's really asking a good question or not? Whatever the teacher thinks, initially the fear will be, but if the student has relationship with the teacher, then it's easy. No matter whether it's in a mood of anger, or, well, the teacher wouldn't be in anger, right? They'll always think the benefit of the student, so that the student gets the most. How can I give the most to the student? Because they are submissive anyway, right? So the gurus, the Srila Prabhupada is so merciful. He gave so much to us, and the Diksha Gurus, Siksha Gurus, they are even more merciful, following the footsteps of their gurus, giving the same nectar every single day, irrespective of how many they have. And they are doing it in a service attitude. They are trying to please their gurus. We can see that clearly through their teachings. So it's something that I always have to meditate on. This is a real meditation. uh, the yeah, when we really try to meditate on their life, on their teachings, then automatically bliss, not just by hearing but following also, bliss, liberation. So this is what I'm hearing, Prabhu, and I'm just sharing my heart. Please, out of my ignorance or pride, if I misspoke or overly spoke, please share, correct, add. Thank you so very much for all your association duties. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shishilpa Mataji. So nice to hear from you and wonderful aspects you wonderfully raised about so many wonderful points. First of all, about hearing, how important hearing is. We know hearing is the first limb of bhakti, and only through hearing we can purify ourselves. While we are completely immersed in this samsara, hearing is the only way to purify ourselves from the right source. You brought such wonderful points about smaranam also, to 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 not just hear, but think about what we heard and internalize it and act upon it to serve the the Lord and His pure devotees, and be always humble. So many wonderful points you raised, Mataji. Thank you very much. One point you mentioned about not being qualified. I feel that whatever we receive, it's up to us to share that, because or otherwise we are kripanas. If we just keep accepting and knowing, and if we go and look at our life from what it was before and what it is now, any improvement spiritually we have made is due to the mercy of the devotees and the spiritual master. So whatever we receive, we should share. In whichever position we are in, we can share. So as long as we are providing the same message we received and not adding anything or not doing it for name, fame, adoration, or stoking our ego, but it is basically just in a mood of sharing and thinking of everyone, like Drunada Pisunichena, or thinking like even if we see anybody who is not in Krishna consciousness, we can always think about the possibility of this person becoming Krishna conscious when we share. And every saint had a past, and every sinner has a future, it said. So, and anybody can receive this message, and they can accelerate their devotional service and become exalted devotees. And who knows what is the spark that's required to do that. And if we are the instrument to give that spark, then we have the greatest benediction from the Lord, and we'll be forever um, receiving His mercy, because we did not act like misers but shared it. So please consider yourself a leader who can share the message. And like you did today, thank you for sharing the wonderful message. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Mataji's. Can you hear me?
Yes, Vaswati Mataji, please. We'd like to really hear from you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji's and Mataji's, for your very good reflections and realizations. Prabhuji, I just would like to share about Prabhuji, what Prabhuji is giving us almost every day in a week. So he is so busy, but still he is giving his association. We are grateful for that. And in this chapter 2, Prabhuji has Arjuna, when he surrendered completely to Krishna, then Krishna started speaking, as you mentioned, Prabhuji. So here Arjuna, after surrender, Arjuna did not distract again back, because they are Arjuna is a pure devotee. He is a Sakha of Sri Krishna. So it's but for their Leela, it's he's so much dedicated and determined to his Guru. He never detached from that determination. So his determination is so strong. He kept continued doing it after he surrendered himself. So there is no confusion in later in his life. So from here, Prabhuji, just I'd like to connect that one with his Pranjali Prabhuji. He was saying about what Prabhupada taught us. There are 6 things. And among the 6 things, important as we know that the service. So there are two kind of services. I mean, this is a subcategory. One is service from Guru's instruction, and another one from hearing. That's what we do every day, hearing. So hearing from devotees, hearing from senior devotees, acharyas, which is very important. And this hearing, as Prabhuji was saying, like just not that just hearing, it's a casual, it should not be casual hearing. It should go in our heart. So and then we will be able to contemplate in our brain. And when we contemplate, that time we are able to give this knowledge to others, share this knowledge to others. Though I do not have any qualification, but it's always better if I try to purify myself through hearing, and it should be contemplated. So, and then Prabhupada also said, according to his Krishnan Govinda Prabhuji, that when this contemplation will happen, this through association, through service, then we'll be able to do thinking what we are doing in this material world. Why? Then we'll have hankering to know more, to learn more, as well as we'll have intense desire to serve Guru, to serve the Lord. And through that intense desire, so we'll be determined and dedicated to do our service. And in that case, we might have lot of problem, hurdles will come in our path. But our mind will say, whatever it can be, I will do. If my body is not giving me that strength, still I will wake up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning. I will complete my chanting. I will do puja, no mess about that. I will hear the classes. So those things will happen. And because that hearing will purify us, and through that the purification will come. And when the purification will start coming in our life, that time we'll also have a fear. What the fear? Fear is, I should not deviate from this process. And then we'll pray to Krishna that, Krishna, please help me not to engage or involve with the sense gratification too much. Yes, for body we need sense gratification. We have to eat. We need mode of ignorance because we are sleeping at night. We need sleep. Otherwise, how we can maintain our body? And if we don't maintain our body, we can't able to serve Krishna. So these are actually a gradual process. It's like a chain connecting with each other and making a whole process of Krishna consciousness. So therefore, that fear will come, and that fear will also purify us. No, I have to keep in my path. If something coming in my way, in terms of even if the association is not giving me that that courage, that strength, so then I have to keep myself little away from that and focus on bhakti. It is easy to say but hard to follow. But with the help of that practice, we'll be able to get it back. So this way our determination, dedication will come. As Arjuna was very dedicated to Krishna, he, as soon as he surrendered, he continued doing his service. So no detachment, no fall down from Guru's instruction. So Prabhuji, that's what I would like to add here. And also, thank you, Prabhuji, Bamshi Vilas Prabhu, Subal Prabhu, Sushilpa Mataji, and all the devotees for your association and constant engagement and constant encouragement. And Prabhuji, at the same time, I also have a question from Mahabharata. If you can, I know it's kind of little odd question, but it comes in my mind, Prabhuji, and as I'm very very fallen and very ignorant, I would like to know this, that why Lord Balaram, he was Lord Shankar's son. He is supreme personality of God, and he is the expansion of the Lord Krishna. But in Mahabharata, we see that he trained Duryodhan, and he was very good friend of Duryodhan, and he's kind of inclined to Duryodhan. So why? Because it's not like, I know, like he is with Krishna, he's with everything, but still, like, why Duryodhan? How become their good friend, Prabhuji? That's my question. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for bringing up so many wonderful points about determination in Krishna consciousness, and also the importance of association. And thank you, Mataji, for sharing your heart. And this is a wonderful question, that why did Balramji coach Duryodhan and even, stood up for him when he was hurt by Bhima on the thighs? Um, when when Balramji came back from his pilgrimage after the war, he was standing up for Duryodhan. So the one aspect we can understand is Balramji represents the Guru Tattva. He is Adi Guru. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead who accepts service, and the Adi Guru is acting as the Sevak Bhagavan, so Supreme Personality of Godhead in the mood of service. And Balramji expands as Adishesha, providing a bed for the Supreme Lord to lie down, and the holy dham, all the wonderful pastimes, everything is orchestrated and facilitated by this Guru Tattva. So we can understand this Leela in two ways. One is the Guru is very impartial, and he provides opportunity for everyone to improve their spirituality or Krishna consciousness. He does not look at whether the person is qualified, but gives every opportunity for them to take up the service of the Lord. So we know that Duryodhan had such bad association with Shakuni, and Shakuni's main intention was to destroy the whole clan, because he was always having that that depression that his sister was married to Dhritarashtra. He was initially, when the proposal came, it was said the Gandhari um, would be the wife of the king, but Pandu became king, and Dhritarashtra did not. So from that time on, when his sister tied her eyes and to express solidarity with her husband, he was fully venomous for the whole Kuru dynasty. He wanted to destroy. With that in mind, he was poisoning Duryodhana so much that Duryodhana was willing to kill his own cousin. So with that bad association, Duryodhana's only hope was to get some association from Balramji, who is Adi Guru, and who is we can see that the Guru is very merciful, and he gives an opportunity for everyone, no matter how downtrodden they are, how low they are in their spiritual journey, to provide them an opportunity to improve themselves. And hence he actually gave his association to Duryodhana, trained him in the mace fight, and he also stood up for him in the end. But Krishna revealed that Duryodhan had done too many atrocities that he had to suffer the consequences of his choices, and Balramji wanted to show that the Lord is supreme, and what pleasing Him is the topmost. So it is part of the Leela where Balramji stood up for Duryodhana, and then he gets the right reason why Duryodhana was hit on his thigh, which was against the rules of mace fight. And Krishna reveals the absolute truth why that was necessary to defeat Duryodhana. And we see that Balramji, as Adi Guru, a Guru Tattva, he does not take side. He could have easily fought on the side of Duryodhana if he was more partial towards him, but he decided not to fight the war. So we see how Gurudev is always having that equanimity. He sees a Chandala or a very learned person the same, and he wants to just being the well-wisher of everyone, like Srila Prabhupada, who did not see all the bad qualities of the hippies, but he was able to convert them and transform them to exalted Vaishnavas. Only a guru can do that. And Duryodhan, being such a very demonic personality, this Balramji gave that association to him so that he can improve. This is my take, Mataji, but I'd request the other Vaishnavas on the call to please help with the same.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, it's very nice, Prabhuji. He just said this Guru Tattva. It's so important, Prabhuji. That's what this question was in my mind for a long time, but I just scared to ask this one. Um, so Prabhuji, it makes good sense, at least like that Guru Tattva. That's why because Krishna is impartial in that aspect. So Balaramji is Guru Tattva. So that's why he gave that chance to Duryodhana. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you. There may be more points others can raise as well, but this I feel is Balramji's mercy to everyone. Just like Lord Shiva gives his mercy to ghosts and goblins, and he has a very tough service to bring them all in the path of bhakti. So Guru always takes um, a very, very hard journey to bring everybody to Krishna consciousness. Just like Srila Prabhupada came all the way from Vrindavan. He could have stayed there, but he came, and to follow his spiritual master's instructions, he came and He gave Krishna consciousness to the demons in America and purified this land, and so many wonderful devotees came out of his wonderful endeavor.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for explaining that. I also had, that question on and off, but yeah, I have heard similar from, other senior Vaishnavas that Krishna is, of course, impartial, but he is partially impartial because as a father, if somebody, a son is coming to him, so can you hear me, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you.
Right. So, he is obviously, so we know that Krishna is within our heart, but sometimes, or I'm talking for myself, most of the times I'm not aware of it. And, looking for something, my senses, material, and the Maya. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji, for asking that. And I also, Sushilpa Mataji, I have seen Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Has seen last few months, Mataji, you are my personal inspiration now. You have internalized so much that you're taking bhakti very seriously. I wish I can at least take 1% of what you're doing, going very deep into bhakti, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Please keep inspiring us. Thank you.
Guru's blessings, Prabhu. Glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. I see Veena Mataji and Venkat Prabhuji on the call. Would you like to have any?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna,
Yes.
everyone.
Hare Krishna.
The one thing really was very, very inspiring and which is very deeply accurate. I mean, everything is very inspiring, whoever is speaking on this call today. Baswati Mataji, she said, uh, um, Arjuna, he totally surrendering totally without looking back, without look back. That's very much deep, and that's with a lot intense faith. Um, it really helps in this Kali Yuga. So I just that is very something pondering which I really need to work on myself. Hare Krishna. I just want to share that.
Thank you, Mataji, for bringing up that wonderful point about surrender to the Lord and how the Lord started speaking only after Arjuna surrendered to him. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Venkat Prabhuji, do you have any questions, comments, or corrections? Okay. If not, we can conclude the call. We can sing our Prime Dhuni prayers. Jai Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Parvijacharya Stottara Shatabe Charana His Divine Grace Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Bye.
ISKCON BBT founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Bye.
Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parvijacharya Stottara Shata His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Aneka Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki
Jai.
Jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। समवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि
Hari Hari
हरि
Bol.
बोल। All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं श्रीपरमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरूपश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हरे